Hi everyone, Ken here. Today, I'm going to be embarking on a really ambitious trip that I've been thinking about for a while. And that is to go to Seattle, Washington for a conference that I'm going to be presenting at. And that is the Cascadia R conference, an annual conference that's based out of Seattle, Washington that involves giving opportunities for R programmers or anyone interested in programming with this programming language called R all across the West Coast, which includes the Cascadia region, which gets a little bit into Canada, as well as the states of Washington, Oregon, and California. Give them opportunities to be able to share anything interesting that they've done with the R programming language. And it's something that I've been to before in the past that I'm now going to be presenting at, where I've been picked for this year in 2024 to be a speaker at that event, where I'm going to be speaking about a little project I did over Christmas that involved using R programming to build a Christmas card. Really excited to be doing this, and I really look forward to it. Right now, I'm going to be packing and making sure that I get ready for the trip, and I'm planning to take off in about 45 minutes. So I'll catch you all later. So peace.
On that note, so I went on a road trip from South San Francisco area to Seattle, Washington, accompanied by my sister and my mom. It's a roughly 850-mile road trip that will take about 16 to 20 hours to complete, which means we'll be taking all of Thursday night as well as Friday morning and afternoon to get to Seattle, Washington. Now, to make sure that this road trip went smoothly, besides having enough food and water, I made sure to download offline maps to my phone as well as print out directions, which also included locations that we could stop by for resting and to get gas. That way, no matter what happens on this trip, I at least had many ways in which I could figure out directions to Seattle. Thus, I felt pretty confident that it was going to go smoothly and I was pretty much all set to pull off this trip. Now, there were a couple of things that I thought were pretty interesting that happened during the trip. One of them was that while we were 2 to 3 hours into this road trip, we got this nice little notification from the car dashboard that I want to show you right here.
How considerate, right?
Yeah. Well, the engineer that designed the car, they have to think about.
Oh, it's so shaky. Yeah. It's crazy. This screen showed up because we've been driving for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's very considerate. It's thoughtful programming.
Yeah. Some Toyota.
It was a reminder of how long we've been in the car, for we had a lot more to go if we were going to make it to Seattle, Washington. And definitely, it didn't come without its problems. It was pretty hot, even for night. There was also some mud that we found in our car that we had to clean out. And I got pretty tired to the point where I think I've only had an hour or two of sleep throughout that entire trip. Yet despite that, we had about 10 hours and about 500 more miles of travel left to get to Seattle. And so knowing that, I figured that we had to do whatever it took just to get over there in Seattle. Because no matter what, I didn't want anything, anything, to stop me from getting to that conference. So,
No sleep till!
after more than 12 hours of driving on the road, it's time to take a break in Longview, Washington, which is where my mom first lived in the United States when she first came here as an immigrant. And she lived there for a couple years before she eventually graduated from Mark Morris High School in 1985. An important aspect of my mom's life, and it was how she got her start in the US. And I got a chance to be able to walk the campus of Mark Morris High School almost 40 years after she graduated from there. A reminder of how we all have humble beginnings. Back then, she was a young Vietnamese teenager who just fled war and sailed hundreds of miles on a boat to escape that and search for a better life out there in the United States. And she came to the United States with very little, but through the support that she got, as well as love of her family members that were there, and her own ambition and vision, she was able to not only graduate from high school, but also be able to be a first-generation college graduate. And here she is now, about 40 years later, with a successful marriage and 2 wonderful kids of her own, myself included, both of whom are college graduates. And while we were there at Mark Morris High School, I got a chance to hear more about her own experiences on campus as a high school student, from the classmates that she remembered talking to, the teachers that she had, and different parts of the campus that she remembered hanging out in. We also went to Longview Public Library, where I got a chance to look at where she studied when she was in high school and where she would frequently hang out with one of her longtime friends who was a classmate at the time. One of the things that my mom loves more than anything, reading. For it was reading that helped my mom get to where she is now. I mean, to be able to read invites you to understand and to learn and to broaden your perspective on things. And Longview Public Library was that embodiment of it, that power of reading and how it can do wonders to help you understand better, learn more, and even really grow as a person just through the stories that you hear, the things that you pick up along the way, and how it taps into that curiosity about yourself, others, and the world around you. And that was an aspect of her life that she worked to instill in me, for it was what helped me overcome a lot of the struggles that I had with my own disability, being autistic and coming from a family of immigrants, to the point where I was able to transfer out of special education classes and eventually get on the path to college, and even further, get a master's degree. No thanks to learning how to read and just allowing me to pick up all kinds of skills and knowledge that allow me to navigate my life here and be able to take care of myself. All of which I owe to my mom for really instilling that.
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
After we finished up in Longview, Washington, we eventually got on the road, and along the way we did get a chance to stop at a mall along the way to Seattle. I'm trying to remember where that place was. Let me pull up my phone for a little bit. I'll be back for a moment.
I'll be back.
Okay, so I remember the town that we stopped at. It's Tukwila, Washington, which is, I think it's about an hour away from Seattle. We stopped by there because it just got pretty hot that we just needed to rest somewhere.
It is really hot outside, like 88 degrees, a lot of traffic. It was a pain just to get up here. We're only 30 minutes away from Seattle, so that's a good start. It's nice to have a little break here and there, you know. Go out, cool off, maybe enjoy a little bit of the cool air, maybe find some ice cream. Okay, looks like we got a somi here. Ooh, this is fancy. I guess we traveled 800 miles in 16 hours just for somi that we have back home in San Jose.
And Starbucks that we could also get back.
Yeah, we really don't want to leave San Jose. That's what we're trying to say.
After we cooled off in Tukwila, Washington, we eventually made it to Seattle, Washington at around 4 to 5 p.m. And so for the rest of the day, we ended up catching up with an old family member that lives around Seattle, Washington. And then I spent the rest of the day preparing my slides so that way I'm ready to present the following day. Which, despite it being my first conference talk ever, I was fairly confident in how am I going to pull this off. Because, if anything, I was motivated by one particular thing that drove me to do this conference talk, which goes beyond just presenting new ideas, perspectives that I've had, and just meeting new people who have different perspectives than I do. It was also about bringing more representation for people like me, people who are autistic, come from a family of Vietnamese immigrants, and have a certain set of values that are emphasizing social impact, community, and authenticity, things that I don't see in STEM, just wanting to really create a space for folks like me so that way I not only empower myself, but also show people out there who may be going through similar things that I am or share similar backgrounds that I do, that they belong in STEM and that their voices matter, which is a very important thing to me. As growing up, I do remember getting bullied a lot because of my struggles with my own disability. There would be people who sometimes have these ill-conceived notions about what autistic people do and how they're like as a person, a lot of which are negative stereotypes having to do with this perception that they're dumb, they don't know how to talk to people, when really they just have a way of thinking and different mental struggles that other people, especially neurotypical people, don't experience. And all these things just make it very important that we make sure that we always be curious about people around us. And so I see this conference talk as a way to present people like me out there in the world and to show them that folks like me do matter and that we are capable of a lot if we're given the chance, the compassion, and the support to really put ourselves in the spotlight. Hi everyone, I'm about to be on my way to our Cascadia conference with my mom driving. Hello, Mom.
Hi.
Yeah.
Google Cloud, right?
Yeah, that's Google Cloud. Hey everybody, I'm here at the University of Washington building on 850 Republican Street, where the conference is going to be taking place for our Cascadia. And I just got dropped off here. Right now I'm just taking a little bit of breather. It's a little bit chilly, but it's nice. I mean, you kind of see here, it's a pretty nice venue. One thing that I'm curious about is just time though, because I'm only given 15 minutes to be doing this talk. And sometimes I have a tendency to go a little bit over. But from what I've been told, it's okay. I'm one of 3 speakers going for a particular 1-hour period. And I think every speaker gets about 15 minutes each. So I think there's plenty of time. I think I have an idea what I'm going to talk about, how I'm going to approach it, and what can I expect from this entire conference. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to learn, I'm here to see what other people are doing, and I'm here to network. So I'll catch you all later. I'm going to see if I can head in and let's see what's going to happen.
Super trooper beams are gonna blind me, but I won't feel blue like I always do, 'cause somewhere in the crowd there's...
So when I checked into the conference area, I was greeted by friendly staff who helped to make sure I had everything I needed to succeed as a speaker and feel welcome there. As I walked in, I couldn't help but admire how spacious the lobby area is, with lots of different spots to sit down, wander around, and chit-chat with the people there. At some point during the day, I was surprised by the appearance of my dear classmate and friend, Lydia Gibson, who's also speaking at the conference, as well as one of the co-organizers of that conference. You may remember her from a previous video in which I interviewed her about her experiences getting her master's in statistics. As we got to reconnect, the conference began, as I started getting to the conference room, and boy, it was huge, with more than 100 people coming in person and about 40 to 60 people online. It was then my turn to talk, where in spite of my nervousness, I eventually mustered up the courage to get up, and everything faded away as I went into my routine. In spite of technological hiccups and me stumbling through a couple Q&A questions, it surprisingly went fairly well, with people telling me left and right how unique my talk was, how much they enjoyed it, and most of all, they were pretty hooked in, and I got to meet all kinds of people that all helped in some way to help me think bigger about my own future and what could be in store for me. I see myself coming back to this conference again next year. Like, it's that good. It's welcoming, inclusive, and definitely worth your time. Eventually, it was time for me to take off and spend the rest of the day with my mom and my sister. But before I went, I got to spend a little bit more time with Lydia and got a chance to say a couple words to her. So I heard about this conference through Lydia here, who's been very active in like the R community through like things like the R4DS data science community, or like R4DS online learning community, which is now called data science learning community.
And it was her who told me about it, which got me interested in it. For she's someone who's very active and very advocating for, networking with people and meeting new people and learning, and that and her enthusiasm really inspired me to really consider it, and that got me too interested in attending it virtually for the first time last year. And then she encouraged me to apply after I did my Christmas card project, where she was like, people should really see this. And that got me, was like, I wasn't sure. And she's like, just apply anyway. And so I did. I put in an application, just kind of gave like a abstract to the best of my ability. And then they picked me. And I was like, wow. And then now here I am. All of it, a lot of it I owe to Lydia telling me about it, from those study groups we had, from encouraging me to kind of get out there, network, all of which I owe to Lydia. So Lydia, thank you so much, though. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, everything went really well. I'm so proud of Ken for seeing all the growth from when we first started our degree program till now. I was mentioning to him, like, I know he always thanks me and I appreciate it, but also thank you for joining. Thank you for participating and not minding when you're voluntold to do things, as Sarah would say. But yeah, and I'm just really proud of you, seeing how you've grown. And yeah, you killed it today, by the way. You know,
And
so
you too.
thank you. Yeah.
As I bid farewell to Lydia, I eventually got into the car, where I spent the rest of the day eating dinner and wandering around Seattle with my mom and my sister, marking the end of my road trip to Seattle, Washington, and thus beginning the journey back home. Having fulfilled my dream at last to have a platform and bring more representation for folks like me to the table. If there's one little thing that I try to do in my own power, that would be to put my voice out there, meet new people, and continuing to express the things that I care about. That's partly why I did that conference trip, to help set the example for people out there who may be going through similar things I am and would like to follow my footsteps. I think about how when I was in college, I sometimes wished that I had a mentor or someone who has been there, done that, who has similar experiences I have. And I always wondered, what can I do now with all this information that I have? Could I just bottle it up and just move on and let other people figure out on their own? Or what if I could try to change that by taking all this knowledge and experience and wisdom that I have so far and give it to other people for free? Which includes telling you what's it like doing this conference. All these things that show people, folks like us do belong. It's not enough to just give people a seat at the table, but also elevate other people and keep the door open for anyone who wants to go on that path. And I hope that everything that I'm doing helps to add to that. So if there's one thing that you can each take away from this entire journey, it's that if you're ever curious about what kind of legacy you could leave behind, think about what kind of world that you want to live in. What kind of world did you want to leave behind for others to live in? Because it doesn't have to be this way, for it can be more. And sometimes the things that we build for others build us up. For it's that we truly create a world in which people are not only seen and heard, but also loved and respected. What are you guys doing here? It's over. Go home! Now let me guess. You think I have some extra footage that will be coming after the credits? Probably not. But I do have one little thing that I want to show you. Some never before seen footage that I didn't have any place to put in this video, but I thought I'd show you at the end anyway. And so, here's that. Take it away, Ricky.